weird, to be honest. Very weird, to be honest.
Little helpful audio from Rory, who plays the Hound. We're going to be looking at some of the weird stuff in Season 7, and I know it gets tiresome, but again, apologies. We're doing a little bit of skipping around. I've done stuff on Season 8 Follies and then Season 6 Follies and kind of let 7 slip through. I've done some 7 stuff, but here we're going to concentrate more on it. Obviously, probably Littlefinger is really much worse and much more interesting in terms of working through the incredible, I want to just say idiocy of Dan and Dave. I guess that's the nicest thing we could say about Littlefinger and what they did. But here we're going to concentrate on the zombie issue. And I actually wanted to put this out for some time, so it's just a coincidence. It coincides with Halloween. It really isn't meant to be clickbait. Because again, it does present a lot of substantial puzzles if we're trying to take the story seriously. And I think I have to conclude, if doing as much research as you can on this stuff, it's just ridiculous. It does not make any sense. But let me set up the context for people who are completely new and maybe a little bit befuddled as to what the hell we're talking about. Well, Tyrion gets it in his brilliant head that to convince Cersei to not fight Daenerys and fight a common enemy with the Night King, they should go north to capture a zombie and then bring the zombie to Cersei and try to formulate a truce. There are so many reasons none of this makes any sense whatsoever, but even within the episodes itself, and of course the key one is episode 6, but just a lot of the episodes building this up and then the episodes afterward really make no sense whatsoever, just destroy the characters left and right and don't really add much to the stories. So let's go through it thoroughly. At the first place, this is just extremely derivative, right? They're just stealing a bunch of old movie and TV ideas, especially the Magnificent Seven, right? You have these band of brave brothers fighting the zombies. And then we have Sir Robert, who's basically just Jason Voorhees, right? There's a very thin line between him and Jason X or whatever, so the whole story itself isn't very creative. Secondly, there's kind of a lack of focus because it sounds like I'm making this up, but you can, don't believe me, look it up and double check. They were just obsessed with getting a zombie bear. Just Dan and Dave kept asking their visual team, can we do a zombie bear? And they're like, no, we can't do the zombie bear. And they just kept hounding them, like, can we do the zombie bear? And they're like, no, we can't. Can we do the zombie bear? And if finally they came back to them and said, I think we can do the zombie bear. And of course, the key for the whole season is them getting to the zombie bear and just finding a story, no matter how contrived, to have them face a zombie bear. Why? Does it have large thematic symbolic value? I don't know, but they just wanted it, and so the story was constructed around them confronting a zombie bear. But for me, what is really much more problematic and troublesome and really just really bizarre is this whole Cersei part of this, because why would you have to convince Cersei about the White Walkers? I want to be careful because it may be I'm being a little... I will admit I may be being a little nitpicky here because, yes, listen, she has Sir Robert, so she has a zombie as a personal bodyguard. So surely she can't disbelieve zombies, right? And somebody might say, well, wait a minute, hold on. Does Cersei know it's a zombie, right? We get you introduced to Sir Robert, but she may not know it's the Mountain. But no, if you go back and carefully, the scenes do say explicitly. I mean, Jaime even asks, is this still the Mountain? And Qyburn is like, well, yeah, basically it is, but it's a zombie. So they acknowledge that Robert is the Mountain. He is a Clegane, so she knows he's a zombie. And we can say, well, the White Walkers as zombies are different from a generic zombie, right? Yeah, technically Sir Robert is a zombie, but he's not under the control of the Night King. But the whole point here is of bringing the zombie that she's got to be convinced that the undead are possible. Clearly, she does know that they're possible. It's right there. It's her personal bodyguard. So why Tyrion thinks they need to convince her is pretty bizarre. And this is a final thing, and this is not me. This is actually one of the podcasts. I can't remember which, but they actually brought up a good point, which is the zombie, when they capture it, is actually pretty calm during the transport. So the zombie in the box is pretty calm. Out of the box, the zombie goes crazy. So the zombie is calm in the box, but out of the box it goes crazy? Why? Why wasn't it crazy in the box? Why didn't it struggle to get free? Like, why only when you open the box does it go crazy? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So the whole thing is just a big, just a muddle of plot holes and just plot contrivances, and none of it added anything really to the show or to the series. They just wanted to get to the zombie bear. So if people ask you in the future, like, how did Game of Thrones destroy itself? Got two words, and I'm not joking, zombie bear. So think about that for a second. Alright, this has been GRRM and Thrones Analyzed on how the zombie bear ate the Game of Thrones series. Alright, if you like the content, please hit the like button and go subscribe. Please comment below. Please consider supporting the channel on Patreon. Thank you for listening. Happy Halloween.